Hey guys, welcome to a new movie review. Today we're doing Campaign. This is probably one of my favorite movies of this year so far. It might even be my favorite of this year. Definitely a good contender. This is probably one of my favorite movies. I think this might be my favorite movie of this year that I've seen. So this is a strong movie that came out in February. It's really good. If you've not seen Companion, I want to say it came out somewhere in the end of January, or definitely check it out. It is a mature movie, to keep that in mind. It's a very adult, mature movie. Keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to get into it. Spoiler warnings ahead. I will be talking about spoilers for this one because this movie's crazy and there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But I'm going to go into a little bit in the beginning, not spoil the main kind of twist. You don't find out till later. I kind of knew because the trailer one of the trailers does kind of say it, so it kind of like spoils it a little bit. Like, kind of like, okay. The other trailers don't show anything about it, so it's like interesting. But it's weird. By the guys who also, I forget if it's the director or writer, somebody who did Barbarian, somebody who did like director of Barbarian or something. If you saw that movie, it was also crazy. So I'm like, I see. But the movie is about this guy who has this girlfriend, the main guy, I forget his name. He's in another movie that's coming out recently, Novocaine. He plays Novocaine in the new Novocaine movie. That guy. He's also, I believe, the guy in The Boys. He's also in The Boys, I believe. So yeah, him. So he's the main guy. Oh, technically not the main, one of the main guys, but him and his girlfriend go to the place, and obviously they're talking, having a good thing. And he goes to this place where all his friends and stuff are, and they went to this house by this guy. Like he's kind of like rich or something. He has all this money and stuff, so he's like famous, and he got to meet with him, got to sing with him, had to have a party here and stuff, and and then we finally meet all the other characters. Two of them are gay. There's another girl, and I think that was it, and then the big bad guy. But yeah, not bad guy, but the Russian guy who's, his house this is and stuff. And some of them, the other girl doesn't really like his girlfriend. I can't remember the name of the characters. It sucks. I did see this a little bit ago. Like I said, it came out maybe the end of January, so it's been a little bit. It's the end of February now. It's a little bit. So I can't remember the name. But the main girl, who's dating the main guy, they are together. Stuff happens throughout it. It's like you get some little glimpses of stuff, and like it's a little off, and you don't really figure out what until like the next day. Everything kind of like somewhat more normal and stuff. And they kind of give hints to like, oh, we know what kind of what you are, and kind of like what when they're talking not in front of the girl, like they know, like, yeah, we know what she is. And you're like, what is she? I kind of knew, because the one in the trailer is 100% just kind of like should have told you, and kind of like, I wish they didn't say that one line in that trailer, because that trailer still would have been good. I feel like you need to say that, because that kind of spoils what it is, and that kind of spoils the twist, and kind of like, now seeing that trailer, I'm like, yeah, I don't like that trailer, because it kind of really spoils it. Whereas like, if I didn't knew that, I think it would have made me more surprised what happened. I knew it was going to happen, but kind of like, the way it was played out was really good. We finally find out, he goes out to this thing, and this girl the girlfriend goes out to the like lake or like a little pond or by a beach thing, or like maybe they have a little pool, I forget. But the guy comes over, there's a guy kind of like touching her and stuff, and then she gets kind of aggressive and kills him. He goes in, kills him, and they have to tie him up, and then we find out like, and we find out the big thing after she kills him and everything, it was like, she's not real. She's like a companion bot, or like a sex bot robot in the trailer. Like I said, in the one trailer, they say you jailbroke your sex bot, but basically, I like that kind of spoils the big twist that you did, because in the beginning, you knew something was different about her, right? But you didn't know that unless, obviously, like I did. Like, I saw that trailer, so I kind of knew, like, she's not real, it's whatever. I kind of knew that from that trailer. Once I saw that trailer, like, some of the other trailers don't show it, and keep it more surprised, what I like. They don't, like, straight up spoil it like that. I kind of think that trailer, the only trailer I don't like, because it kind of, like, spoils what he actually is. It was kind of, he's not really a sex bot, he's a companion bot. Like, somebody's like, hey, I want somebody to be with me, like, maybe not completely be, like, maybe my physical girlfriend, but, like, to have somebody with me, or girlfriend or something. You don't have to be maybe a girlfriend, it can be anybody, and have somebody. And then you find out all the stuff, she learns all the stuff that she's not real, her first thing, all the stuff, and he jailbroke her, where you're not supposed to do, jailbreak your sex bot and all this stuff. And then eventually, she tries to escape, and you have to go after, and they call the services, the guys who, walk on sex box, who gave him that thing. And we do see how he got her and everything, but then they call the company who, to get the guys who come out to, when your robot goes crazy, to do it, but they have to go and catch her first to hide this stuff. So, to hide the, like, stuff that's like, hey, hide the parts of her that are like, oh yeah, jailbroke, that's a no-no, you're not supposed to do that. But she eventually gets her phone and stuff, she can up her intelligence and all this stuff, and she eventually tries to escape, and there's this cop, and then we find out, like, oh shit, and then before the cop though, they're in the forest running, and the two gay guys are coming after her, and one of them dies, and we find out that one of the gay guys, I forget which one, not the more fat one, the more like handsome looking one, the, sexy looking one, he's not real either, and like, oh shit, he's not real, he's also he's a companion bot as well. I'm like, oh shit. So that was that. To find out that, I'm like, that one was actually more surprising, because nobody even mentioned in the beginning, like, with her, they give her hints, like, oh yes, he's like, something's wrong with her. But this guy, they don't. And I'm like, ooh, they do that very well, and I like that. So that one was a surprise. I didn't know. But also we find out that they actually had this whole plan because the guy who's Sergio, I think the guy's name was Sergio. I remember somebody's name, and it's the wrestling guy who owns the house. I don't know why that's the name I remember, but Sergio, I think, is the guy who owns the wrestling guy who owns the house. He has a lot of money, and the main guy and his like old girlfriend or something was gonna, go into the house and kind of like basically try to blame it on the robot or whatever, kill Sergio or something, and then take like all the money and stuff or do whatever. It's like, yeah, it's fun. It's fun, like them trying to steal the money, and then obviously she's trying to escape. And the thing is, she's a companion bot and a robot or whatever you really call it. I feel like she is a character like you want her to live, even though she's not really supposed to be able to. You want her to escape and go do stuff, and you want, even though she's not really supposed to, but she eventually has to fight him off, and then she tries to escape and break out of the window, and a cop comes and like tries to help, and obviously the main guy who plays, like I said, tries to get the sex bot's or companion bot's girlfriend, boyfriend, comes in and takes over, finds the other robot with his dead lover, and he's really sad about it, and then he basically takes his chip and basically resets him, so he's like, now the gay robot thing is now his like lover and stuff, and basically makes him like, well, he controls him now, so it's like, oh shit, so now he's going after her and stuff, and he gets her and brings her back and all this stuff, and I think he stops her, like a lot of her intelligence and stuff, because he gets the phone or something, and stops her. Then he takes her back to the house, stops her intelligence and stuff, and shoots her or whatever, shoots her in like the head, and doesn't kill her, it doesn't break out the camera and stuff, he fights them, and then the people come from the company to take the robot, take her, and stuff happens, and one of them dies, and then he has to fight the other robot, and he eventually does save the other robot, at least makes it to where he like saves them or fixes. I forget what happens to the other robot. I think he does die in the end, the other robot, but I think in the end he does like, hey, realizes that he's a robot and everything, and does the same thing, and like, you're a robot, nothing real. Remember this guy, so he does like help at the end, and at least doesn't die like complete, like I would say not really bad guy, because he's being kind of controlled, but he's a robot, so it's a little thing. So one of these guys does live and helps her, like gives her power to go and fight the main, like basically the main guy, his boyfriend who was her boyfriend, who bought her and stuff, and goes after him and obviously gets him and kills him and stuff, and he takes like, I don't know if he takes the money or does something, but he goes off and lives a happy life, and I think the one guy does know about it, but he's kind of like, you've been through a lot, you seem like I'm not gonna come after you and stuff, but yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed it. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. The rating on this one's interesting. I could give this a 9 or 10. It just was so good. Like, I enjoyed it throughout the entirety of the movie. This is the hardest rating, because this one's like a 9 or 10. I'm debating. Does it get that 10 spot? Does it get the legendary 10 spot? I'm gonna give it a 9. I really am. This is one that's really hard. It could have been, this one easily could be maybe a 10. I'm giving it a 9, but it's really close. It could be a 10, so I think it's right on that line, or it could be either one. I think I gave it a 9 because I know, kind of like basically my all-time favorite movies, almost like all like perfect movies. But this one is pretty up there, but I think the awesome movies I think are better, so slightly better, just slightly, or just it doesn't beat out like a lot of my favorite movies, so I think we're gonna give it a 9. It is still like an amazing film. I recommend it. It's highly up there. I almost want to give it a 10. Like I said, it could technically be a 10 because it's so on the line of a 9 and 10. I'm like, I couldn't really decide. I'm like, this is definitely a really good movie and I really liked it. But yeah, what do you guys think of Companion? Let me know in the comments below, and you guys can always stay epic. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.